Let us start chemistry. In chemistry, we will see electrochemistry chapter. In electrochemistry, we will take conductometric titrations. In the conductometric titrations, let us take strong acid versus strong base titration. Strong acid versus strong base titration. Let us see. Strong acid is we will take HCl solution. Strong bases we will take sodium hydroxide solution. HCl solution is 0.1 molar. HCl solution is 0.1 molar. Sodium hydroxide is 0.1 molar. This is 20 ml. HCl solution is 20 ml. Sorry. Now we will see. Initially what is there. We will see. Initially what is there. We will see. Initially solution contains. How much HCl means. We will multiply this. We will multiply these two. This 20 ml and 0.1 molar. We will multiply. We will get number of millimoles of HCl. How many millimoles of HCl means 2 millimoles of HCl. That means 2 millimoles of H plus ions, 2 millimoles of H plus ions and 2 millimoles of Cl minus ions, 2 millimoles of Cl minus ions. Now H plus ions are showing conductivity, Cl minus ions also showing conductivity. Sum of these two conductivities is called a molar conductivity. Now we will see molar conductivity of solution. Molar conductivity of solution is equal to molar conductivity of H plus ions plus molar conductivity of Cl minus ions. Sorry. We got molar conductivity of solution. Molar conductivity of solution is equal to molar conductivity of H plus ions and molar conductivity of Cl minus ions. Okay. Let us add 1 ml of sodium hydroxide solution. On adding sodium hydroxide solution, what happens? Reaction takes place. Okay. Reaction takes place in the sense between which reaction takes place. HCl reacts with the sodium hydroxide to give what? Sodium chloride and water. To give sodium chloride and water. Okay. Now reaction takes place. We said we are saying reaction taking place. That is HCl reacting with the sodium hydroxide to give what in the sense sodium chloride and water. Sodium chloride and water. How much HCl we have taken initially in the sense 2 millimoles of HCl we have taken. Sodium hydroxide, how much we added in the sense 1 ml of sodium hydroxide. We will multiply this 1 ml by concentration. Concentration is how much means 0.1 molar. If you multiply, you will get 0.1 millimole. Now reaction takes place. How much sodium hydroxide reacts means 0.1. So remaining is 0. HCl reacting 0.1. So remaining is 1.9 millimole. Sodium chloride is produced. How much means 0.1 millimole. Now resultant solution we'll see. In resultant solution what is there means HCl is there. HCl gives H plus ions, that is 1.9 millimoles of H plus ions. H plus ions are 1.9 millimoles. Then HCl gives Cl minus. How much Cl minus means 1.9 millimoles. Sodium chloride gives Cl minus. How much Cl minus means 0.1 millimole. So totally how much Cl minus in the sense 2 millimoles of Cl minus ions. Then sodium chloride gives Na plus ions. How much Na plus ions in the sense 0.1 millimole of Na plus ion. 0.1 millimole of Na plus ions. 0.1 millimoles of Na plus ions. Now we will see the molar conductivity. Now we will see the molar conductivity of solution. Molar conductivity of solution is equal to molar conductivity of H plus ions plus molar conductivity of Cl minus ions plus molar conductivity of Na plus ions. Molar conductivity of Na plus ions. Now resultant solution molar conductivity we have to see. For which let us compare molar conductivity of H plus and Na plus. We will compare molar conductivity of H plus. We will see molar conductivity of Na plus. We will see. We will compare both values. Which value is high you think? Which is having higher value you think? Molar conductivity of H plus or molar conductivity of Na plus you see. Now limiting molar conductivity of H plus. Limiting molar conductivity of H plus is how much means 349.6 Siemens per centimeter square per mole. Then Na plus. Na plus limiting molar conductivity of Na plus is how much means 50.1 Siemens centimeter square per mole. Now see both values. Now see both values. H plus molar limiting molar conductivity you see, Na plus limiting molar conductivity you see, which value is high that you think. So which value is high means limiting molar conductivity of H plus will be more. H plus is having higher limiting molar conductivity. Na plus is having lower limiting molar conductivity. Okay. Now let us see this value. Now see let us see molar conductivity. We will see here here H plus is 2 millimoles. Here H plus is 1.9 millimoles. Here Cl minus is 2 millimoles. Here Cl minus is 2 millimoles. Cl minus number of millimoles no change. Here H plus present, here also H plus present. Here 2 millimoles, here 1.9 millimoles. Difference is how much means 0.1 millimole. That much Na plus is there. That means H plus ions are reduced. H plus ions are reduced. The decreased H plus ions converted into water molecules. How much H plus ions reduced, that much Na plus ions are produced. That means H plus ions are replaced by Na plus ions. Due to addition of sodium hydroxide, what happens means H plus is replaced by Na plus. That means H plus and takes OH minus and becomes water. Now, how the lambda m will be there, that you see. Here, initially lambda m, molar conductivity of solution. After adding sodium hydroxide, lambda m of solution. What happens to the lambda m, molar conductivity of solution due to addition of sodium hydroxide? What happens to the molar conductivity due to addition of sodium hydroxide? That you say. What happens to the molar conductivity due to addition of sodium hydroxide? Will you say increases, or will you say decreases, or will you say remains same? What do you say? Molar conductivity. What happens to the molar conductivity due to addition of sodium hydroxide? Will you say increases, or will you say decreases, or will you say remains same? What do you say? What will happen to molar conductivity? Molar conductivity, you are saying, one student says that molar conductivity decreases. Sir, okay. Why do you say that molar conductivity decreases? That point we will see. You are saying molar conductivity decreases. What about others? That also we have to see. Okay. That means let us see this point again. Let us see this point again. Okay. Now see that we are taking strong acid versus strong base titration. Strong acid is HCl solution. Concentration is 0.1 molar, volume is 20 ml. So in the flask, in the vessel, we will take first HCl solution we will take. Now sodium hydroxide added, sodium hydroxide solution added is 0. So how much HCl you have taken means this much. You are multiplying these two, 0.1 and 20 you are multiplying, you are getting millimoles of H plus ions and millimoles of Cl minus ions. If you multiply these two, you will get 2 millimoles of HCl, that is giving H plus ions, Cl minus ions. Now molar conductivity of solution is how much means molar conductivity of H plus molar conductivity of Cl minus. This contribution plus this contribution. Then you are adding sodium hydroxide solution from the burette. How much you are adding means 1 ml. 1 ml in the sense this 1 ml and this 0.1 molar you are multiplying, how much you are getting means 0.1 millimole of sodium hydroxide. So how much reaction takes place means sodium hydroxide reacts completely, HCl reacts 0.1 millimole. So how much HCl remaining means 1.9 millimole of HCl is remaining, 0.1 millimole of sodium chloride is produced. So in the resultant solution, H plus is there, that is given by this HCl. HCl gives 1.9 millimoles of H plus ions. NaCl gives 1.9 the 0.1 millimole of Na plus and 0.1 millimole of Cl minus. HCl gives 1.9 millimole of Cl minus, totally 2 millimoles of Cl minus. Sorry. Now see that now in this solution, see the Cl minus 2 millimoles of Cl minus. In this solution, Cl minus is 2 millimoles. In this solution, cations is here 1.9, here 0.1, totally 2 millimoles. Here also, here cations is 2 millimoles. Okay. Now see that here H plus is 2 millimoles, here H plus is 1.9 millimoles. H plus number of millimoles decreases. H plus number of millimoles decreases. How much H plus decreasing, that much Na plus is produced. Sorry. Now we will see. Now we will see limit the conductivity of molar conductivity of H plus and molar conductivity of Na plus. H plus molar conductivity is high, Na plus molar conductivity is low. That means H plus is having higher carrying current. H plus is having higher tendency to carry current. Na plus is having lower tendency to carry current. H plus is having higher tendency to carry current. Na plus is having lower tendency to carry current. That means H plus is having H plus carries current to more extent. Na plus carries current to less extent. H plus carries current to more extent. Na plus carries current to less extent. Sorry. Now we will see. Here we will see. Here in this solution Cl minus carry current. In this solution Cl minus carry current. Here current carried by Cl minus, current carried by Cl minus remains same. Sorry, okay. Here H plus carries current. Here H plus carries current. Here 2 millimoles of H plus ions carry current. Here 1.9 millimoles of H plus ions carry current. So current carried by this H plus, current carried by this H plus, if you see, this carries how much magnitude of current you see, this carries how much magnitude of current you see. That means you have to understand one thing, this should be multiplied by, this should be multiplied by 2. Okay. And multiplied by 10 power minus 3. Why? Because lambda m means molar conductivity shown by 1 mole of electrolyte. To convert that into millimole, so into 10 power 3. This 2 here, this 2 we have written. In the same way, this also we have to multiply by 2 into 10 power 3. 2 into 10 power 3. 2 into 10 power 3. Millimoles we have to convert, no. This is for 1 mole. So this is here we have taken 1 millimole here. 1 millimole we have taken. So 1 millimole in the sense here minus 3 we have to take. Minus 3 we have to take. Okay. Minus 3. So have you got an idea why we are multiplying lambda m of H plus by 2 into 10 power minus 3? Lambda m of H plus means molar conductivity shown by 1 mole of H plus ions. Molar conductivity shown by 1 mole of H plus ions. If you multiply by 2 into 10 power minus 3, then we can say conductivity of 2 millimoles of H plus ions. 2 millimoles of H plus ions we can say. Sorry. Here also we multiplied by 2 into 10 power minus 3. Sorry. In the same way, this is multiplied by what in the sense 1.9 into 10 to the power of minus 3. It is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Here 0.1 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay. Now you say that, now you say what is lambda m of this solution, molar conductivity of this solution. What is the molar conductivity of this solution? This solution molar conductivity. What do you say? How the value will be there? Molar conductivity, how it will be there? Resultant solution molar conductivity, initial solution molar conductivity. Okay. One student says remains same. Sorry. Now you think that H plus current carrying ability, magnitude of H plus current carrying ability, magnitude of Na plus current carrying ability, do you say remains same? Different, no? H plus is having higher tendency of carrying current, Na plus is having lower tendency of carrying current. H plus is having higher tendency of carrying current, Na plus is having lower tendency of carrying current. So H plus is replaced by Na plus means H plus is replaced by Na plus means how it will be there? Do you say how it will be there? Sorry. Here you may be having another idea. What is the idea? Means molar conductivity means current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte. Current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte, you are saying. Sir. Lambda m means what is the meaning of lambda m? Means current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte. Sir. That idea also you may be having. Sir. Here we will take lambda m. Lambda m means current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte. 1 mole of electrolyte. Okay. Current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte. That is called current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte is current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte is called lambda m. Sorry, okay. Here 1 mole of electrolyte means what is that electrolyte means only HCl here. Okay. Here also in this resultant solution also lambda m means current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte. 1 mole of electrolyte. This 1 mole of electrolyte means here what is there means HCl and NaCl is there. HCl and NaCl is there. HCl and NaCl in the sense in that one part will be, suppose HCl is X means NaCl is 1 minus X. Okay, this point you see that here lambda m of solution means current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte. Okay, conductance shown by 1 mole of electrolyte. Okay, that 1 mole of electrolyte is HCl, only HCl. Here in this case lambda m means current carried by 1 mole of electrolyte. Okay, that electrolyte is what means that 1 mole is what means some X moles of HCl, 1 minus X moles of NaCl. Like that will be there. Now you say how the lambda m of this solution and the lambda m of this solution will be there. Lambda m means molar conductivity shown by 1 mole. Okay, correct only, there is no doubt. Now how the lambda m of this solution will be there, how the lambda m of this solution will be there. What do you think? Sir, okay. That means you got a confused idea only, you did not get a you have not understood this point. Sorry. We'll say again this one. Now strong acid versus strong base titration. Strong acid versus strong base titration. Here HCl solution. HCl solution is 0.1 molar 20 ml. 0.1 molar 20 ml. That means 2 millimoles of HCl. 2 millimoles of HCl. Okay. Now this 2 millimoles of HCl, 2 millimoles of solution is having certain conductance. Certain conductance. That means it is having certain current carrying ability. Now we have to convert this into, for 1 mole of solution. For 1 mole of solution, what is the conductance value? That is called lambda m. That is called lambda m. Okay, so we got a molar conductivity of initial solution. Molar conductivity of initial solution. This only we have to take for the graph. Molar conductivity of initial solution we got, sir. In this one, do you have any doubt? Okay, so here what we have taken in the sense a strong acid is HCl solution, that is 0.1 molar 20 ml we have taken. Why? Because in the vessel we can take that much only. In the titration also you can see in the conical flask you will take 20 ml of solution only you will take in the conical flask for doing titration. So like that only we have considered. So 2 millimoles of HCl, if you multiply these two you are getting 2 millimoles of HCl. So 2 millimoles of 2 millimole of solution is having how much conductance that we can get from conductivity cell. Now we have to convert for 1 mole of solution is having how much conductance that we have to see. From that we will get lambda m of initial solution, molar conductivity of initial solution we got set. That means molar conductivity of HCl solution. That is the meaning. Okay. Next we will see. Next we will take sodium hydroxide solution. Next we are taking sodium hydroxide solution. Sodium hydroxide solution concentration how much means 0.1 molar we will take. We are adding how much means 1 ml we are adding 1 ml. So how much, what is a millimoles means if you multiply this 1 ml and 0.1, if you multiply how much we are getting in the sense 0.1 millimole we are getting. We are getting how much means 0.1 millimole. 0.1 millimole. 0.1 millimole of NaOH is added. Sorry, okay. 0.1 millimole of NaOH, 0.1 millimole of NaOH is added, we are saying. 0.1 millimole of NaOH is added. Due to that reaction takes place. So in the resultant solution, what is there means 1.9 millimoles of HCl is there after reaction. 0.1 millimoles of NaCl is there. Totally, if you see 2 millimoles of electrolyte. 2 millimoles of electrolyte. Okay. Now see this 2 millimoles of electrolyte. This 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having some conductance. This 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having some conductance. Here 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having some conductance. 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having conductance. Okay. 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having conductance. In both cases, you compare these two values. How these two values will be there? 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having some conductance. This 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having some conductance. This conductance and this conductance you compare. How the value will be there, you say. How the value will be there? Will you say that conductance shown by these two will be same or different? Okay. You said the conductance shown by these two will be different, you said. Okay. So this is showing conductance. This is also showing conductance. This conductance and this conductance are different. Sorry. Different in the sense one is having higher, one is having lower. You see this conductance and this conductance. Which magnitude is higher? This after adding sodium hydroxide or before adding sodium hydroxide. Otherwise, this first one or this second one. Which is having higher value? Which is having higher conductance? Which solution is having higher conductance? You are saying that first solution. That means you are saying that this solution is having higher conductance. This solution is having lower conductance. You are saying. Sorry. Next, we will see that this 2 millimoles of electrolyte. This 2 millimoles of electrolyte is having some conductance. So 1 mole of electrolyte is having how much conductance? That is called lambda m of resultant solution. Lambda m of resultant solution. Okay. Now let us see. So for this resultant solution, what is the lambda m we got? For this resultant solution, lambda m we got. Now let us see for this solution, for this initial solution lambda m is there. After adding sodium hydroxide, we got lambda m of solution. Do you feel lambda m of initial solution and lambda m of resultant solution after adding sodium hydroxide same or different? How the lambda m here and how the lambda m here will be there? Do you feel same or different? Okay, you are saying different. Different in the sense one is having low, another one is having high. This first one, this second one. This first one and this second one. Now, which one is having higher value? Second or first? which is having higher value, second solution or first solution. Okay, so you are saying that first solution is having higher value, so second solution is having lower value. That means shall we come for a conclusion on adding sodium hydroxide? Due to addition of sodium hydroxide, lambda m, what happens? Now say, due to addition of sodium hydroxide, if you go on add sodium hydroxide solution, what happens to the lambda m? If you go on add sodium hydroxide solution into HCl solution continuously, what happens to the lambda m? The lambda m getting decreases. What do you think? One student says that decreases. What about others? Do you all say that lambda m decreases due to addition of sodium hydroxide? Do you all accept this point? That means initially we are taking HCl solution in the vessel. We are going on adding sodium hydroxide solution. Due to addition of sodium hydroxide solution, H plus is replaced by Na plus. So H plus ions are getting reduced, Na plus ions are getting increased. Therefore, lambda m decreases. It is a conclusive statement. Do you all agree this? Do you all agree this? Okay. So we are what is the conclusion we are getting in the sense lambda m decreases we are getting. Sorry, okay. So now we will go for the graph. We are going for the graph. What is the graph we are getting? That we will see. We are getting the graph lambda m versus volume of sodium hydroxide solution. We will see lambda m versus volume of sodium hydroxide solution. We will see. So here we will take lambda m. Here we are taking lambda m. We will take. Here we will take volume of sodium hydroxide solution. Volume of sodium hydroxide solution added. We will take here. We will take lambda m. We will take lambda m here. We are considering lambda m in this place. We will take lambda m here, lambda m like this. So how the graph is there means the graph comes like this. The graph comes like this. Sir, okay. Here volume of sodium hydroxide is how much means 0. We are going on adding sodium hydroxide like this. Okay. If we go like this, volume of sodium hydroxide added goes on increasing. This graph is coming like this. So if we go on add sodium hydroxide solution continuously into the vessel, into the HCl solution, lambda m goes on decreasing. Sorry, okay. That means continuously reaction takes place. HCl continuously converting into NaCl and water. At one stage we will get equivalence point. At one stage we are getting equivalence point. Suppose the equivalence point is this one. Suppose the equivalence point is what means this one. It is the equivalence point. Sorry, okay. So we got the equivalence point. We got what in the sense equivalence point we are getting. It is a equivalence point, shall we say. It is what means equivalence point. Okay. So we got equivalence point we got. Sorry. After the at equivalence point, how the contents will be there, that we will see. At equivalence point, how the contents will be there, that we will see. So we are taking a equivalence point. At equivalence point, how the contents will be there, that point you think. At equivalence point, we got a equivalence point. We are getting. We got equivalence point. Equivalence point we got. Sir, at equivalence point, what is there means only NaCl is there. How much NaCl is there means 2 millimoles of NaCl is there. 2 millimoles of NaCl is present. 2 millimoles of NaCl is present. Okay. From this, what we can find in the sense, from this lambda m of solution we can find. We can find the lambda m of solution. At equivalence point, 2 millimoles of NaCl is present. We can find the lambda m of solution. Sir, okay. After attaining equivalence point, let us add some sodium hydroxide. After attaining equivalence point, let us add some sodium hydroxide. Sir, okay. Now let us after equivalence point. So after equivalence point, we are adding sodium hydroxide. Okay. Sodium hydroxide solution is added. Sodium hydroxide solution is added. How much in the sense, suppose 1 ml of sodium hydroxide solution is added. Now in the resultant solution, what are the things are present, we'll see. In the resultant solution, what will be there? In the resultant solution, in the resultant solution, what are the things present in the sense, sodium chloride is present. Sodium chloride is present. Sodium chloride, how much present means 2 millimoles present, and NaOH also present. Why? Because NaOH, added NaOH will be, as it is present, it is not going for reaction because there is no more HCl. Now how much NaOH added means 1 ml, therefore 0.1 millimole of NaOH will be there. 0.1 millimole of NaOH will be there. Sorry. So in the resultant solution, NaCl and NaOH both are present. NaCl 2 millimoles present, NaOH 1.1 millimole is present. Okay. Now see the equivalence point. At equivalence point, only 2 millimoles of NaCl is present. After the equivalence point, since we added sodium hydroxide, now see the number of millimoles of ions. Now see the number of millimoles of ion in the equivalence point. In the equivalence point, only 2 millimoles of NaCl is there. After equivalence point, we are adding sodium hydroxide. How much means 1 ml we added. Now the resultant solution contains NaCl 2 millimoles, 0.1 millimole of sodium hydroxide. Now you find lambda m for this solution. Now you find molar conductivity for this solution, and you find molar conductivity for this solution. For lambda, for equivalence point, you find the lambda m. Now you find the lambda m. How do you feel lambda m? Do you feel that lambda m at equivalence point and after equivalence point will be same or will be different? What do you feel? Lambda m, how do you feel? Okay, you are saying that lambda m is different at equivalence point and after equivalence point. That means where it will be high. That means at equivalence point or after equivalence point. Okay, at equivalence point you take as first solution. After equivalence point you take a second solution. Where lambda m will be high. Where lambda m will be high. Sorry, you are saying that after equivalence point lambda m will be high. That means do you say that after attaining equilibrium, after attaining equivalence point, if we go on add sodium hydroxide solution, lambda m goes on increasing, shall we say? Lambda m goes on increasing, shall we say? Lambda m goes on increasing, shall we say? Sorry. So you are saying that after attaining equivalence point, on adding sodium hydroxide solution, lambda m increases. You are saying lambda m increases. Said okay. Lambda m increases. You said okay. You got an idea now. Sorry. Now we will see. We will come for the graph. We will come for the graph. Let us take molar conductivity in one axis. Volume of sodium hydroxide added. Volume of sodium hydroxide added in here we will take volume of sodium hydroxide added. Okay, now we will go for the graph. We are going for the graph. That means when the volume of sodium hydroxide is 0, lambda m is this much. Okay, we will start from initially. Volume of sodium hydroxide added is 0, so lambda m is this much. Volume of sodium hydroxide added is this much, lambda m is getting reduced, therefore this much. Volume of sodium hydroxide added this much, so lambda m getting reduced this much. Volume of sodium hydroxide added this much, lambda m getting this much. This much we are getting. Like this graph we are getting. Volume of Volume of sodium hydroxide added this much, lambda m we are getting this much. Volume of sodium hydroxide added we are added this much, so we are getting lambda m this much. Volume of sodium hydroxide solution added this much, we are getting lambda m this much. We got graph like this. Sir, okay. Now see this point clear. You see this point. We are doing what means titration. In the flask, in the vessel, what we have taken in the sense HCl solution. while volume of sodium hydroxide added how much in the sense 0, while lambda m is this much. Now we will add some amount of sodium hydroxide solution. This much amount of sodium hydroxide solution is added. Now we will stir the contents and we will find molar conductivity. Molar conductivity this much comes. Like this, we will go on add sodium hydroxide solution. At each stage, we will find molar conductivity. What molar conductivity we got graphically, we put the points. We put the points like this. Now let us connect the points. Let us connect the points. Okay, we will connect the points. We will connect the points. We will get the graph. Okay, we are connecting the points. We are connecting the points. We connected the points like this. So we got the graph like this. Okay, we have done the experiment. We have done the experiment. From the experiment, we got lambda m values and volume of sodium hydroxide solution added from the burette. We got the graph like this. Sir, why we are doing titration? Titration is done in order to find the unknown value. Unknown value in the sense one concentration will be given, another concentration will be asked to find the another concentration. We are doing the titration. Sorry, okay. Anyhow, we are doing the titration in order to find unknown value. Sorry. We will go on add sodium hydroxide. We will go on add burette solution till we get end point. Sorry. End point, what is the accurate word in the sense equivalence point? Equivalence point says at where reaction is completed. End point says nearly where reaction is completed. You see the difference? Equivalence point and end point difference you see. Equivalence point says at which point reaction is completely over. End point says nearly where reaction is completed. This is the difference between end point and the equivalence point. Sir, okay. If you do titration in the lab using indicators, we will get end point. If you do conductometric titration, we will get equivalence point. Sorry. Now we want equivalence point. We want. Sir, how to find equivalence point from this graph? That we have to see. One thing we came to know that initially we are taking HCl solution. On adding sodium hydroxide solution continuously, lambda m continuously decreases till the equivalence point. Once the equivalence point is reached, then on further adding sodium hydroxide solution, lambda m increases. It is the theory. Theory says that on adding NaOH solution into HCl solution, lambda m goes on decreasing till equivalence point. After attaining equivalence point, lambda m increases on further adding sodium hydroxide solution. Now we will see that graphically. Now let us go for extrapolation. Let us extrapolate the graph. This graph we are extrapolating. Sir, let us extrapolate another graph. We will extrapolate this graph. Sir, now you think and say this meeting point is called what? What is called this meeting point? Here meeting point is there, no? This meeting point is called what? Corresponding volume of sodium hydroxide solution. What is that? You are saying that that is called equivalence point. Okay, so that that meeting point is called equivalence point.